So, recently I woke up craving some japchae and I decided to actually not be lazy and go ahead and make some. So, first things first, I am gluten free, and because of this, I have to make some adjustments when cooking some things. And if you don't know what gluten is, it is a protein found in wheat. And gluten helps the foods maintain their shape, acting as a glue that holds food together. So this is why it's in other things besides just breads and pastas. Wheat flour is also used in soups and sauces to make things thicker. It's in so many more things than you can actually think of. And that is the tricky part, and that's also what just makes eating out difficult sometimes. Okay, so I enjoy cooking, but I'm also kind of lazy at the same time. So I found this recipe on kimchimary.com, and I just really liked the recipe, and this whole video is completely her recipe. This is not mine in any sort of way. This is all credit to her. I will put down the link in the description. So thank you so much, Kimchi Mary, for this recipe. I think first I'm just gonna read off the list of the things that I have to go get at the store. So the first thing on her list is 7-ounce dry Korean glass noodles, 8 dried shiitake mushrooms, 1 cup carrots, 1 small onion, 6 green onions, 10 grams of dried wood ear mushrooms, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And for the marinade for the shiitake mushrooms, we're going to be using 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of rice wine, 1 teaspoon of garlic chopped, 1 teaspoon sugar, half a teaspoon of sesame oil, and a dash of pepper. And now the ingredients for the sauce for the japchae. 3 tablespoons of dark soy sauce, 4 teaspoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of rice wine or mirin, 1 tablespoon sesame oil, 1 tablespoon sesame seeds, 2 tablespoons shiitake mushroom water from hydrating mushrooms. As you already know, we are at H Mart buying the ingredients that I don't have at home. First is shiitake mushrooms. I was debating on getting mushrooms in general, but here we are. And the wood ear mushrooms, I'm not a fan of. Once again, like I said, things are out of order, and I also bought some other stuff as well. I needed more rice and I wanted some pork. And looking for the rice wine, I couldn't find the mirin one, so I just decided to go with the one that literally just said sweet rice wine. So yeah, this was me double checking the list because I was like, wait. And then I actually did look up the mirin because I'm an amateur at this. I really don't know what I'm doing. This is my first time making japchae, so this is what we ended up with. It took me forever to find the sesame seeds, not gonna lie. I was actually deciding if I needed to get anything else. I couldn't remember. You know how when you get home, you were like, oh, I should have gotten that. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. And I totally forgot the carrots. Oops. I was checking this list so many times because I just really didn't want to have to come back out. And I just wanted to make it that day. I was craving Japchae so bad. So I was like, let me keep checking and checking. Here is all the ingredients laid out, real aesthetical like. You know how y'all be doing on YouTube. Like I said, this is my first time doing one of these videos. I'm an amateur cook. I am not a professional. The things I'll be doing in this video, you'll probably be like, you should have done it this way, or why'd you do like that? Look, I'm still learning. I do cooking for therapy, so yeah. Okay, so the first step is to soak the noodles for about 2 to 3 hours on temperature room water. So I was getting the water out and putting the noodles in. And it also says you can soak the dried mushrooms and the noodles overnight, but I wanted to eat it that day, so I was like, I'm just gonna do the 3 hours. And we wait. Like I said, cooking is therapeutic for me, so I was just drinking my coffee, took a shower, had to wait for everything. Alright, so next the recipe says to clean and cut other vegetables, the carrots, onions, and green onions. It's like I said, I'm lazy, so the carrots are already cut in how they need to be. And now I'm just gonna cut the onion and the green onions. Like I said earlier, I am not a chef. Or have I been honestly cooking for that long of a time? So, you know, hey, don't judge me on the way I cut my onions. I'm trying my best here. She said to cut 6 into 2-inch pieces, and then to chop 2. So that is what I'm gonna do. It also said to split it lengthwise in half if the white part of the green onion is thicker than a pencil. And honestly, most of mine were, so I did have to end up cutting the 2 inches into halves. It says to drain and squeeze any excess of water from the shiitake mushrooms. But it also says to do not discard all of the mushroom water. We have to save 2 tablespoons of mushroom water for later. Also, it says to do not squeeze the mushrooms too much. Just one gentle squeeze with your hand is good enough. Now I'm just going to cut the shiitake mushrooms into thin slices. Let's go ahead and make the marinade for the shiitake mushrooms. Okay, so for the marinade, we're going to need 2 tablespoons soy sauce, which I had at home already. It is gluten-free. 1 teaspoon of rice wine. 1 teaspoon of the chopped garlic. 1 teaspoon sugar. I decided to use sugar substitute for this part. 1/2 teaspoon sesame oil, which I already had here at home as well. And a dash of black pepper, which I already had here at home too. And next we're going to make the sauce for the japchae. We're going to need 3 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. I did not have dark soy sauce. I just used the same tamari soy sauce that I had here at home. 4 teaspoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of the rice wine, 1 tablespoon sesame oil, and 1 tablespoon of the sesame seeds. 2 tablespoons of the shiitake mushroom water from the hydrating mushrooms if you use the dry mushrooms. And she said if you are using water to add that later. So I had these glass noodles soaking for 3 hours. So now I'm just going to drain them. Alright, so now we're like actually officially going to start cooking. So it says to heat 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil on medium-high heat in a wok or deep stir-fry pan. And then it says to add the chopped green onions and to cook for 30 seconds, but not browned. Next, we're going to add the marinated shiitake mushrooms and then stir fry that for 30 seconds. Next, we're going to add the carrots, onions, and wood ear mushrooms and stir fry for about 2 minutes. She said you can season lightly with salt and pepper. Alright, so now we're going to add our noodles and we're going to stir fry the noodles and the vegetables together to coat with the oil for about 1 minute. And she said some of the noodles will actually start to become more transparent and thicker after just 1 minute. Next, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of the shiitake mushroom water and stir fry until the noodles are fully cooked, aka they become transparent. And you can probably do this for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Alright, now we're going to add the japchae sauce. And then we're going to stir fry again for another 2 minutes or so until the sauce is fully absorbed. And you can quickly taste the noodles and then adjust if you need to. Okay, so I felt like the noodles and the vegetables did not cook as much as I wanted them to, but I honestly didn't want to overcook the noodles, so I just went ahead and turned off the heat, which she also says to do, to just turn it off once everything is cooked. Okay, so then immediately add the green onions to the pan and toss. The green onions will get perfectly cooked in the rest of the heat. Ah, look at it, y'all. Look at it. This looks just like the restaurants. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of myself. And also, once again, the green onions just did not cook as much as I would like. But it was nice because like all the vegetables were still kind of crunchy. And it just gave it like a different kind of texture, which I thought was nice. Oh my gosh, I was just so happy to see how this turned out. Like, it actually looked like the ones from the restaurants. I was so proud of myself. Just wow, I was like so happy. Okay, no, like I was so freaking excited that this actually like turned out so good. I really didn't have any idea how this was gonna turn out because this was my first time making this.